Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Soul Messenger Tarot 369. I'm Brittany and I will be your guide. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the video and or the channel as a whole. It's much appreciated. Alright, so I am on right now because I want to pull some cards for this 5/5 portal that we have coming tomorrow. Alright, what do we need to know? We have sickness, disease, and sigma. Okay, what do we need to know for this 5/5 portal? Oh, motherfucker. As always, it ain't over till you drop some fucking cards and have to pick them up. Okay, self-doubt, insecurity. I don't know if I'm gonna take that. I heard today somebody said something about if it falls on the floor, then like 4 times more or something like that. I don't know. So I don't know if I should even take it. I try not to take ones that fall on the floor for the most part, unless they really seem relevant. Insight, divination, gains, increase, level up. Okay. All right, so we're talking about the 5/5 portal here, right? And when we talk about portals here, we're talking about energetic entryways, so to speak, okay? It is defining moments, right? Numerologically, okay? So it's kind of like taking the numbers, okay, and what they mean and combining them with the current astrology, right? And what that all means at the time in order to try to navigate through, right, the portal, okay, to come out the other side, having gained better perspective, retrospective, understanding, understanding, overstanding of ourselves, of the situation, of other people involved in the situation, and ultimately hopefully come out you know, a little better off. Sometimes, you know, this could be considered timeline jumping, portal hopping, you know, things like that. But ultimately it's because by doing these things intentionally, by putting in the time, the effort, you know, into these and using your imagination, okay, and your intentions to create different or better outcomes consciously, rather than just being a subconscious zombie. All right, ultimately it's like you are doing good works in that you are hopefully aligning yourself with a higher timeline, which will ultimately align the entire universe with a higher timeline. Okay, that's a mouthful, but that's, you know, the best way that I have to explain these things. Okay, so we have the Magician. You've got to be kidding me. There's a bug. There's a bug in my mouth. Gross. All right, okay. Okay, so there's a message there. Okay, we're getting the bugs out. Okay, so I feel like we have been doing this for long enough now that we, you know, we're getting pretty good at it. And so now we're kind of working out the kinks. Okay, we're getting the bugs out. But also in our lives, right? So we kind of understand what the purpose of all of this is and how to do it and why we're doing it and why it's important and all this stuff. And yeah, so it's also to like finding out the things that bug you, okay, and figuring those things out, right? So not allowing yourself to get bugged out either, okay, by the pet peeves, okay, the things that really grate on you, And so I think in time you will find that the more that you do this kind of energy work, the more that you learn to understand what makes you tick, okay, why you do the things you do, why you are the way you are, why certain things bother you, okay, and how to, you know, how to better deal with it. All right, so we're all like getting the bugs out, okay. Tell me about sickness. Oh, sickness, bugs. Oh goodness. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's about doing the work. Okay, doing the magic, the work, the energy work. Okay, some people might call it manipulation. Some people might call it alchemy. Okay, but this is okay to get the bugs out. Okay, sickness, whatever is causing you sickness, disease. It's like when you're talking about a computer virus, like, or a bug, right? Okay. It's antivirus software kind of thing, okay? I don't know how else to put it, but that's basically what we're doing on an energetic level, okay? You are the antivirus. You are running the antivirus program right now, okay? Okay, and that's actually, Sigma lines up very well with that, because Sigma is the sum of all things, right? This is about taking everything that you have learned up to this point, right? And using it and applying it in a way that helps to relieve sickness, okay, to work out the kinks, to find and remove the bugs, right, to clear and cleanse the energy, so to speak, okay. What else? Okay, we have karmic connection here. So maybe to recognize, okay, to root out and recognize your karmic connections. Intuitive Kev, yeah. Yeah. We have Five of Swords and Black Magic. So yeah, if this is battling, okay, having to battle, to go to war with, all right, negative energies, entities, spirits, people with bad intentions, okay, karmics basically. Which in a way you could say karmics are merely, like I was saying about being those mindless zombies, right? Okay, they are they're not conscious, they're walking around consciously unconscious, right? They're there, but they're not all there. And they're basically running on an old program, right, that has a lot of bugs in it. And so we are running this antivirus program that is finding and rooting out like all the bugs, all the karmics, all the negative energies and entities, all those who are operating on that operating system, so to speak, right? So we're upgrading to a new, like, bug-free operating system, and we're kind of weeding it out, okay? If you want to get biblical, we're like weeding out the wheat from the chaff kind of thing, okay? And this is under self-doubt, envy, and insecurity, okay? Again, this is just low vibrational energy, okay? This is things that karmics do. This is things that people who, you know, are not operating at a high vibrational level, or not operating in the light, or not operating at a conscious level. This is people who operate out of their subconscious, right? They don't recognize the negativity that they have, that they're spreading, that they're putting out there, right? That they are embodying. And you know, it's like if they were to recognize it, then maybe, you know, they could be conscious of it and then stop doing it, right? Which is, I think, kind of the goal here. But a lot of these people are, because you can't fix everyone, right? It's on these people to do that themselves. So it's like the best that you can do is to recognize these people in your life and just not interact with them, remove them, okay? And then eventually, you know, they're going to start to see, they're going to start to realize, and then they're going to start to act accordingly, move accordingly, you know, working with the divine to help heal themselves so that they are no longer, you know, I don't want to call it empty vessels, but willing vessels, or just vessels basically for dark entities to operate through. What is this insight? Haters, fortune telling, divination. Okay, so we have intuitive Kev and intuition here. Okay, so this is energy work, okay, on a level that most people do not understand, do not want to understand, and that the dark entities truly hate, because this is making them irrelevant. It is, you know, taking away their vessels. So there's less and less that they can actually do, less people they can operate through, and less energy for them to siphon, okay, as well. So they're, you know, and you may have a lot of haters, and as well, if that is the case, just know that it's not necessarily you that they're hating on. It is the light that you are, the frequency that you are operating on, okay? It is the operating system that you are running right now, that you are running on, okay, and that is running through you, that they do not like. And the thing is that as of right now, it's like there's no choice. They have no choice, okay? At some point, this antivirus software program, okay, is going to be complete, and they will all be found and removed, right? And so it's only there. That's part of why they're hating, because they know it's only a matter of time before they become completely obsolete. And also, okay, with the gains and increased level up, okay, like I said, too, gains, increased level up, we are operating on a whole other level. We have already upgraded, okay, our software. And so these are the people that have not yet upgraded to the next level, okay? And so they're kind of hating on you because, one, they're envious and jealous because you have something that they want, and they don't even understand how you got it and how they could have it too if they just, you know, did the upgrade like you did, okay? But it's not something that you can just buy. That's the problem. Most of these people, they're the kind of people that they have the nicest, you know, the nicest cars, the nicest houses, the latest electronics, okay, and you know, the best jewelry, okay. They have all the nicest things. And so they don't understand how it is that they, you know, they have more than you in, you know, in their mind, but yet you have more than them in some other way. Or maybe you are getting to the point where you are leveling up in this 3D world, and they're getting jealous and wondering how it is that you're doing that when you don't have to do or jump through all the hoops and things like that they do to get theirs. So they're kind of hating on you too for that. And they just don't understand, right? That it's all about, like, you know, doing this energetic upgrade, this self antivirus program kind of thing. Looking into what it is that's making you sick, rooting it out like white blood cells, right? Okay, that's what they do. They target the thing that doesn't belong, right? The thing that's making you sick. And so it's like you know, have been doing this with your life in general, with your energy. Anyone that isn't in alignment with you, your goals, where you want to go in the future, who you want to be, and what you want for the world, right? Anybody that doesn't align with that doesn't agree with that, isn't coming with you. Okay, so they're not coming through this portal. This 5-5 portal is about the body, okay? Yes, okay? So it's like the body of Christ. It's about your physical body. It is about clearing and cleansing your physical body and your surrounding energy, okay? Whatever is making you sick has to go. And all because you have learned, okay, from the past, past karmic connections, okay? And this is also helping you as you move into the future, okay, to make sure, right? So when you're talking about the body, okay, and like white blood cells and stuff, right? Like antibodies and all that, right? Once you have come in contact with a virus, okay, you build immunity to it, okay? So this is kind of what's happening here. You have already been through karmic connections, okay, and you have escaped and healed from those connections. And now, because you know what they look like, you know what they feel like, you know what they sound like, you recognize the patterns, okay, the red flags. Now you are more ready and prepared to keep them away in the first place, right? So you don't get sick again, kind of thing. It's a very interesting analogy that Spirit has here. I hope that this is getting through to people, okay? Okay, so tell me about gains, level up, increase. What is this? Why is this here? Gains, level up, increase. Why is this here? Okay, 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, so you are leveling up. You are becoming independent financially, okay? You may be becoming independently wealthy. You may be getting a level of money that you will never have to work ever again. And again, a lot of people are going to be looking at you really jealous, right? Like, how did she do that? Why does she get that? Or he, you know what I mean? Right? Like, and they're not even going to understand. Like, it's like, even if you told them, they wouldn't understand that. You know, it's from working with God, working with the divine, working with yourself, okay, to root out negativity, to open your mind and your consciousness, to be willing to put in time and effort into changing your energy, into alchemizing, okay, yourself and your energy. But in order to do that, first you must understand, and then you must learn how. You know, you must learn what it is, the energy, and where it comes from, and you know, and all of this. And then you must learn. There's layers, you know what I mean? There's like an initiation process too, right? Yeah, so there's a lot of aspects to it, and it's not for everybody, right? That's why they say, you know, they're chosen. Some of us are chosen, because it's not even like something that you ever thought you would do or could do. But you were chosen to do it, right? It found you, kind of thing. It's magic. And it found you because it recognized something inside of you that you were willing, able, and, you know, capable of doing this, of believing, of putting in the work and effort, okay? Of having that intuitiveness, right? Of being able to tap into your intuition, being able to operate outside of the current operating system, being able to take a lot of heat and backlash from haters, okay, and not really give a shit, okay? And ultimately, you are coming out better in every way. Definitely a level up. Definitely, you know, monetary increase an energetic increase, an increase in freedom, okay, and individuality. So too, it's like setting yourself apart, like God set you apart, you set yourself apart, okay? Again, separating the wheat from the chaff kind of thing, okay? Yeah, and 6 of Pentacles and Judgment. So it's like, giving and receiving, okay, with the divine, with angels, with higher level beings, higher frequency beings, okay. It's like now that you have learned to interact, okay, with now that you have learned to block out these negative energies and entities and work with these higher angelic frequency energies, okay. Now that you have blocked out these negative energies, and you're working together, giving and receiving energy with the divine, okay, you are leveling up in every way, okay. Again, this is real world, okay. Pentacles, this is you know, having more money, this is having a nicer car, this is having a nicer house, this is you know, getting a better job, this is you know, hell, maybe this is having to give less of your money to the government in taxes, right? You get to keep more of your own money. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? You know, this is just lots and lots of level ups, of things being made fair, of things being balanced out energetically, and it's showing up in the real world, because as above, so below. Okay, we exist in the in-between space of the as above and the so below. And so I do feel like, you know, for a long time, maybe we were giving and receiving too much with the lower realms and not enough with the higher realms, and now things are being balanced out. Okay, so now things are going to be made more fair and balanced. You know, it's going to show, it's going to reflect, okay, in the world around us. What else? Anything else? What else do you need to know for this 5/5 portal? The moon. Okay. Like I've said many times, okay, we work with the moon, okay. We do like what they would call like moon magic here. But it's not just the moon, okay, it's the portals as well. It is very important, I feel, that it works because we're doing it together. We're doing both. We're looking at both aspects. We're looking at the numerology, we're looking at the energy, we're looking at the astrology, okay, the placement of the planets, the timing as well, okay, with the moon here. There's a matter of timing. When you're talking about the moon, it's 1 month, right? Okay, so it helps us to be able to keep track of things. And again, it's like this operating system. So I don't know, somehow being ruled by the moon, or I don't know. This could be about getting back to a basic operating system as well. I'm not exactly sure. But also too, I'm getting here that there is a lot more, okay, that is still hidden, that needs to be revealed, okay, and it will all come in due time, right, in divine timing. You will get what you need when you need it, and that means the information, that means the money, okay, that means the intuitive downloads, okay, all of it, right, okay. And 6 of Wands, okay, so there is like victory, okay, there's a moment of like we made it kind of thing, okay? We succeeded, okay? We have won against the battle of good and evil, okay? Good has won. And there is victory here. And also, okay, that like you could be being rewarded, okay, because you have overcome, because you have conquered, because you have come out victorious, okay, because you survived, all right, whatever the sickness, disease, infections, whatever it was that they were trying to plague us with, all right, all of it. I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that. Okay. And Four of Swords. You can rest easy. You can sleep well, knowing that you are victorious, even if it doesn't look that way right now. Okay, ultimately, you are going to come out victorious if you continue to put in the work, the effort, okay, to do the research, okay, to allow yourself to be divinely guided by your intuition, all right, to do the moon magic, to, you know, to tap in to the energy, to the portals, all of these things, okay? You will be victorious and you can sleep easy. And know that you are also, I feel like this is mental stability. So if you have felt unstable, right, know that stability is coming if you can work this program, okay? I don't know how else to say it. All right, I hope this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time. And then if you haven't already, you will like, share, and subscribe. All right, and happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody.